Hello guys, I have really not done a video like this, but we're going to be ranking the 2020's NASCAR flips so far. I know we just had a flip right now and it was amazing, but let's look back at the other flips and see how they hold up. This is my opinion. No one needs to take this seriously or anything like that. So let's get the video started. So at number 15, we have Jessica Breezen's Knoxville flip, as you just saw right there. And yeah, it's pretty much the easiest number 15 spot we got here. It's cool we got a flip, but it's not that great actually. But this truck race was kind of crazy. And there was also a truck that got on its side. Fox had horrendous video taking. I mean, some of the shots are just horrendous, and they even miss a flip. You can't be serious right there. But yeah, so we have home film of this flip. I know that sounds crazy, but Fox is too lazy to do anything about it. So this is what we got. There was also a near flip they missed. This is ridiculous. They should not be having these issues. This is more pathetic because it's a short track. But anyways, it's fine. It's cool we even got a flip anyways at one of these tracks. So yeah, it's not that great, but yeah, I can't call it that bad because because it's just a flip after all. So
worse, Joey, you know that any vibration when you're in a pack like this, especially when you're a rookie. Oh, there it goes! In the middle. Oh, no.
Lost away himself and upside down is the 45 of Majeski.
Let's hope he gets back on his tires here.
That thing's square on the roof. What a shame.
Ty Majeski and his truck comes to a stop.
You just know with all that movement, bouncing back and forth, side to side, trying to side draft, one guy zigs, the other one zags, and you have a mess.
Coming in 14th is Ty Majeski's flip at Daytona back in 2020. This is the earliest flip on the list. And it's not terrible, but I have seen so much better. But this is a slight higher than the 15th spot because it was a bigger wreck. And plus, it's Daytona, so... And also, he got upside down in an interesting way, so that's why it's a bit higher than the 15th spot on this list. And also, it's another truck crash. I know. But the interesting thing with this one is that, man, the air just instantly got under this one as it got turned. It was kind of interesting, and that's kind of why it's higher. It's not by much higher, but it's pretty good how it is. It's not bad. Like, none of these flips are outright terrible crashes. They're actually pretty good, but this is just not that great, but becomes a flip. But it's a pretty good crash overall. I'm not taking these flips harshly. I'm just saying that they just could have been better. But anyways, that's kind of all I got here. We should move on to... We have not had a Cup or Xfinity crash yet, so it tells you how good the Xfinity and Cup crashes are. So anyways, let's just stop talking and rambling and let's get to number 13.
The hit go help Hill.
White flag, 1 lap remaining, next flag ends the race. Is Allgaier too far out there?
He's
Look at
really
this.
far out there. It's a big gap. 21 has no help right now. Who's going to get that first run? Here comes the 1.
Sam Mayer's never won in the Xfinity Series. There goes the 1 to the outside of his teammate.
Through the middle of the 21. Oh, my goodness.
Mayer is turned. He's upside down. The caution is out. And now the question becomes, who was leading at the time of caution? Oh my goodness, second straight year.
Sam Mayer back on his wheels. That's good.
We've had a spectacular crash on the back straightaway on the final lap.
It's going to be interesting to see when that yellow flag flew.
So number 13, we have Sam Maer's flip from Beef What's for Dinner 500. I know it's kind of a funny name, but so let's get to the flip overall. It was a pretty good flip overall. It was pretty good actually. Well, he did get all off all fours, and that was cool. And he almost did hit the catch fence. And this was the first flip on the list I actually watched live. So I actually watched this live when it happened. Yeah, so this is the first one on the list. I didn't watch the 2020 or 2022. Obviously, I couldn't see 2022 because Fox is lazy pieces of crap. But okay, but I didn't watch 2020s because I wasn't in the trucks yet. Not until now. But as you can see here, it's a it's an alright flip. I mean, he did get pretty much in the air pretty good. Not nearly as good as the year before. We'll get like later on this list. We'll get to that one, but this is still pretty good. But it's not fantastic or anything. And it was a very close finish. It was a pretty exciting final lap. I was at Hilton Head, and I actually have a condo, so I actually stayed there and I watched Speed Weeks at the hotel, and it was pretty fun to watch. And I saw this thing when it first happened. But it was the best wrecks from Speed Weeks, anyways. Anyways, this was the first 75th crash of the year, and also the funny thing is, some guy said there was no flips in 2023 on a YouTube video, and people memed him because, well, look at this. This is from 2023. Boo, you lost. Loser. Anyways, people memed him because he didn't get it right, so it's pretty cool we even got this anyways. And that was kind of funny too, when people memed him. But anyways, that's the only thing anyone really remembers from this race. Started the meme with the guy saying, there's definitely not going to be any flips that year, and it's like, there is a flip, so I guess that's cool. At least gave us that. So, anyways, moving on to number 12. No. Yeah, 12.
Well, to Clint's point, Kyle Busch in the 18 car had that discussion a few moments ago with his team about when Denny Hamlin is pushing him through the corners, how much it changes the effects of that race car, whether it's loose or tight, depending on which side of the bumper Denny gets to. Told Denny to calm down just a little bit back there. Denny said he was just trying to learn for later.
Oh no! Big crash on the back straightaway takes out William Byron, Kyle Busch, and Harrison Burton. Oh, crap. Somebody was upside down. Who it was. Lap 63. Caution number 3.
I would say it's that 21 car, it looks like, by looking at the roof.
And you'll be right, Clint Boyer, because it is the 21. And funny line from Mike Joy. Yeah, he's still a show after all these years. I know Fox is going downhill, but Mike Joy's still pretty good overall. He does slip up a little bit. But anyways, we're a little off topic here. Number 12, Harrison Burton's Daytona flip. So this flip is a little bit better than the last 3 because it's a big wreck, and also Harrison Burton did almost do 2 barrels, and that's something I could say, unlike the first 3 flips. And I don't know, it's just better overall because he gets up, and it's pretty unique how he gets up in air. And what the cars do in the crash, and once again, Bragglowski was just wrecking. He made every major wreck in this race. Not just talking about this flip, I mean the whole race. It's pretty funny because, really caused almost every wreck in this race. It's funny he never got taken out. Denny Hamlin got taken out of this one. What a heartbreaker. But anyways, so like how it starts, because he goes around in a similar way. And if you get sideways, that's the only way to really do a blowover on these cars. Because the front wheels just kind of grab the air, and that's kind of what gets them upside down. And yeah, this is obviously the first 7-gen flip of all time, and as you can see, it's kind of whatever, but I mean, this is still pretty good, I guess. but it's kind of overshadowed because the rest of the flips are a lot better actually, and we'll get to those. But this is not a bad start for the 7th gen when it comes to the flips. And these are some of the earliest paint schemes for the car. And man, can you believe this season already 3 years old already? That's insane. This car's already 3 years old, and it doesn't even look like 3 years old if you look back on it. One day, this will be remembered for the ages. This first season of this car. And I can't believe it's 3 years old already, but we have made it. So anyways, moving on to the next one. Let's move on to number 11, shall we?
That's where staying out is going to really hurt the 21. He needs to get about 9 more laps to be inside his fuel window. And now he's lost that clean air. Oh, big wreck. Huge contact.
48 is involved. That's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Now up and over goes the 27. So Jeff Burton sliding on top.
I just want to hit you. Hey, just hold tight right here. This will take a minute here. You all good there?
Yeah, man. Did all I could there.
It's Jeff Burton's radio. Upside down.
So for number 11, I gotta say it's the Jeff Burton flip from Pocono. And this is the one of 2 flips that were not from super speedways. And I think this is the weaker one. I think that it was a bit better. And it's kind of weird how this one starts anyways. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good flip overall. It's really weird how, I mean, Jeff Burton basically risked himself a flip. Or Jeb Burton, I mean. Basically just risked him, basically sacrificed himself a flip instead of hitting the tire barriers. It's kind of funny how that happened, but it's a pretty good flip overall. It's better than the last 4 because it's interesting and it's pretty hard, and I know that it's not like 2 flips. I mean, you can't really say Harrison Burton flipped twice at all, so I can't really say that about this one, but I just thought it was a much stronger wreck overall, so that's why it's a bit higher on this one. So yeah, well, let's stop talking here and let's get to the next one. Well, here we go.
Second, Taylor Gray right there fighting for a win too. Corey Heim in the mix. Ty Majeski is there.
Raja sideways, hangs onto it. Sanchez will try to work both. Oh, trouble.
And there's a crash. Caution is out. The race is over. Trucks up in the air. Nick Sanchez leading when the caution flag came out.
Was that?
Good job, boys.
He is going to bring it back around to the checkers. Nick Sanchez, when he was 5, taken to a race at Homestead, Miami by his uncle. He fell in love with NASCAR. And the Florida kid going to win for the first time in his career at Daytona International Speedway.
How about that? Raja.
So at number 10, we have Taylor Gray's 2024 flip at Daytona. This wreck is very, very familiar to a crash that was like a decade ago. Oh my gosh, we're getting so old, but still. It was from 2017, and that was Matt Crafton flipping, so I'm sure the clip is that right there, but overall this flip is pretty good. I like the landing, I like how it gets upside down. These wrecks are not amazing. See, they're not really barrel rolling or anything. So, but I just really like the performance. I thought it was a little bit stronger than the last 4. That's why it's a little bit higher on this list. And man, that door shot was pretty crazy right there. But, I don't know. He just got hit in the perfect spot and he just flipped upside down. On top of trucks. I guess we recreated Cars 1 crash. But instead of cars, it's trucks. but still, it's a pretty cool flip, and there's also 3 other trucks that kind of got in the air as well. Take a look. Look at the 91 and also the 98 truck. They get up in there had a pretty hard hit too. But the 17 obviously hit the most air out of the 3. So yeah, it's just a lot of trucks, that were involved in this. And again, he almost hit the catch fence as well, but still not had a catch fence flip yet. But we'll get to a catch fence flip. I promise you, we will. And if you're a new person on this channel that's not seen any of these flips or interested in NASCAR, subscribe to me and other viewers. You should watch all NASCAR YouTubers if you're getting interested in NASCAR. And yeah, so watch Iceberg and Out of the Groove and other crash channels that do crash compilations, just like me. Watch all of them if you're a new NASCAR fan, and yeah. Well, so let's move on to number 9. I think we already get why this one's pretty good. So anyways, let's move on.
There's only 30 laps left.
Yeah, it's going to
make your way through this field.
29 to go now as the green flag flies once again. Haley, not a great restart here as Ryan C gets off to a good start, and now they're 4 wide going into 1.
That's it.
Oh, and around goes the 7, hard into the outside wall.
Buddy, hang on, hang on.
On the apron, the 21 of Anthony Alfredo was into the wall hard. He's upside down, sliding through 1 and 2. Looks like the 18 back there of Riley Herbst also involved. AMR safety crew will get to Anthony Alfredo quickly here.
So at number 9, we have Anthony Alfredo's flip from 2020 at Kansas fall race. I don't remember there was like a second race in front of Xfinity, but I don't remember. But anyways, 2020 was just kind of a weird season overall for NASCAR, and it was pretty cool they could run under the pandemic. Well, NASCAR didn't get their money because these people couldn't come to the races because, you know what, quarantine. But anyways, this flip is pretty good. Because, I know it's just kind of one car that flipped upside down. It's going to be the last one that kind of does 1 flips. And I was kind of wrong, actually. There's 3 non-super speedway flips in this video. And sorry if I said that wrong from before. But anyways, this is just a really hard crash. And that's why it's the best wreck that has one flip on its roof, and it's the best one. It's because how hard he hit in that wall and how it get pushed in there is really cool. And I think it was the most brutal out of all of them, and it was just really cool. And I think it's a really strong crash, even though he just kind of landed on his roof one time. So yeah, and also man, the air instantly got under this thing when it got hit on its side. And look at the sparks. Out of all of these previous crashes, you did not see flames or sparks. So that tells you we're definitely going to the right direction with these crashes. So yeah, it's a pretty solid crash. Not anything amazing, but it's good enough to be the best out of the flips that just have 1 so far this year, or this season overall. Anyways, let's move on to number 8.
Now, not only first race win, but with 1 lap to go in stage 1, Matt DiBenedetto is looking for his first ever stage win.
So that's exactly what we were talking about. He was pushing him, couldn't see there. They moved up to take a block. He had to check up, stacked him up, and almost wrecked him.
Yeah, that was almost big between Kyle Busch and his teammate Denny Hamlin. And now look at Kyle Busch go backwards because of that.
He did. He went bakewards because he chose the. Oh, he's wrecking. Joey Logano.
Logano. And Keselowski
is in it.
Boy, it's just scary. Anytime that air gets underneath that car, gets it airborne like that, thankful to see that car get back on four wheels and not have us moving around.
Grabbing the window net there. That's a good sign.
Good sign. Look how it almost peeled that roof back.
Oh, heavy damage to Ricky Stenhouse, who had a fast car today.
We talk about.
So number 7 on this list is Joey Logano's 2021 flip, and it's the last flip of the Gen 7 car, which is already 11 years old, and this car hasn't been raced 4 seasons ago, and that's kind of insane. I mean, I remember when I watched my first race, it was the first Auto Club race for this generation. Those were the times. But anyways, this is a pretty good flip, and the only reason it's higher than Alfred Benedetto's flip is because he went higher, and I just thought that was just better overall. It was just a much stronger crash, and the one that's shown so far, pretty forgotten, or let's just say newer. It's one of those two, but this is the first flip where I can actually say there's something to remember from this one. Because Bubba Wallace Wrigley had a ride, because Logano Wrigley hit him on the spoiler. So the spoiler actually hit him as he went flying in the sky. And the flip, it wasn't the best way to end the Gen 6 flips. It really wasn't, but it was the end of an era, and I do think this is actually not number 1 on my list. It's not the best crash of the season. I actually think it's the 2021 Daytona 500 final lap crash. Jeez, that was brutal. And there was no flips, but there could have been, but I don't know how they didn't flip in that one, but off topic. Anyways, back to the flip. Denny Hamlin caused it. It was kind of funny because he caused a couple flips in the past. And he is my favorite driver, so that's kind of funny. But anyways, it's remembered only because of Bubba Wallace. But overall, it's just kind of it's a pretty good flip. There's nothing amazing here, but we're definitely getting on the right track because you're starting to see way more damage with these crashes as we go on, and more to come.
Number 3, red, white, nose 2.
Here comes a fast one. We talked about those RCR cars all day long. You got one of them up there in the top lane, leading.
He's got his teammate
behind him. Jeb is throwing some blocks that are late. That's for sure.
But they're working so far.
They're working. You only got 3 laps to go to keep them working. He's going to have to definitely make another one here. These guys are going to get to him if they keep working together.
But he split the teammates apart. The 2 and the 21 are now split apart with that block from Jeb Burton. Austin Hill outside working with Jeb Burton. Going to be 2 laps to go when we come around this time. And there goes Daniel Hemrick off the bumper of Sheldon Creed. And this is the big one here at Talladega.
Oh, my.
Got one upside down. Is that Daniel Hemrick on his roof? Upside down. Most of the field is caught up in this wreck. Only a handful of cars are driving by us right now. I hope Daniel's okay. Second time today we've had a car upside down at Talladega. This one happens with 2 laps to go.
So at number 6, we got Daniel Hemrick's 2023 block that did not go right. Yeah, I think you could tell what's up next. So this is right off the bat, you can see the car finally hit the catch fence. It's the first wreck that actually had the car in the catch fence, or very close to the catch fence. As you see, he's just barely hit the catch fence right there. But it was a very strong wreck overall, and that makes it on top of the others. It's just better overall. And this is definitely a lot better than the last flip we saw. And this is the first 75th NASCAR flip for the 75th season. And not for this series though, but it's the first flip of the year. Well, for the motorsport. But as you see, this guy needs to stay on all four wheels. You dumb dog. Stay on your wheels. You're not some dumb dog that wants to play roll over and you're really going 200 miles per hour. What is wrong with you? But anyways, he made a bad block and that's just what happens. Talladega, if you make 2 blocks in this racetrack when you're in the lead, you usually know what's going to happen. Well, remember when Carl Edwards hit the catch fence 2 decades ago? Do you remember what happened to Kyle Busch at Daytona? Do you remember those crashes? If you do, then you know basically what happened here. And it's no different here. And cars got under them. And there were some sparks and flames as well. And it was really cool. And that's all I really gotta say. I mean, there were some cars spinning in down there and some pretty good damage. I like the car just really hit another car after it was pretty much done, the flip car. Well, you screw that one up. Daniel Hemrick's the worst driver in NASCAR. Why is he even hired? Anyways, I'm just playing around with you guys. Let's just move on to number 5. Sorry, Daniel Hemrick, you would have had a 1 if you didn't make it some stupid block. But anyways, I'll see you to the next one. Let's go.
Oh, Suarez! Briscoe got into the back of Suarez, and he gets pounded.
Dang it. Oh, Buescher's upside down. I think he hooked a drain.
So for number 5 on this list, we have Chris Buescher's Coca-Cola 600 flip at the Charlotte Raceway. The Charlotte Motor Speedway. Man, this is such a return to a special event that was kind of bland back in the 6th gen era. Now in the 7th gen, it made this race so special now, and I love to see that. But anyways, this is the weirdest flip on the list by far. So it's kind of weird. I mean, he didn't get airborne at all, and this is the first time he has seen multiple flips this year from the car. So that's pretty cool. It flipped 8 times, and I mean, it's a rookie too. That's kind of harsh for a rookie. Or did he do it last year? I don't remember. Tell me in the comments when his rookie season was. But anyways, so Daniel Suarez got loose, but man, was it vicious when he hit those 2 cars. And that damage to the right rear was just enough to pick it upside down and make it barrel roll. And it was a really solid crash. And it didn't need to be this good. But Daniel Suarez did enough damage to that right rear where the tire basically just came off and it was enough power to flip it upside down. And it's kind of what happened. It grabbed the grass and just flipped like crazy. Props to NASCAR. The tire held on this whole time, and this is one of the only times the tire actually did good. And you can definitely see that right there and then. And yeah, I think it was a really good crash, and that's kind of it. So let's move on, shall we?
Ryan Truex, not Junior. Back to the middle. He's going to make the pass. I've got Berry.
Hey, wait a minute. If you're racing here, you should just go by Junior, and there's trouble again. 3 to go on the stage.
My goodness.
And a major hit for Dexter Stacy. Blaine Perkins with huge damage.
He hit the end of the wall, Joey.
Great when it kicks out like that. Oh, my.
Debris everywhere. And a tire bounding out of control into the wall. We're going to take a quick break. This caution likely ends stage 2. 3rd yellow of the afternoon. Dexter Stacy Blaine Perkins involved at Talladega. Third caution of the day at Talladega has turned into a red flag. It's Blaine Perkins climbing from the 0-2. AMR safety team was right there to be by his side, and they needed to respond quickly because his crash was spectacular. So let's go back and see where everything started here coming off of turn 2.
So we're going to see a spin from the middle, the 66. He's going to come down and hit the inside wall very, very hard.
And this is where the wall kicks out right there. And that shot doesn't do justice. And look at this car. Barrel rolling down the backstretch.
And that wasn't the half of it. By the way, Dexter Stacy has also climbed from his race car.
So this is Blaine Perkins. You see he's going to get hit. The car's going to catch the air, land right here on the roof, and here comes the barrel roll.
Right when you get sideways like that, it starts to bite, and then off it goes.
This is number 2 of the best.
And at this point, you hope when it's up in the air that it doesn't land on the roof.
Look at the parts and pieces just coming off that race car as it barrel rolls down the back straightaway.
It's at 6-7 times I think I saw that car go around.
Yeah, some big hits within the rolls, right? The revolutions at that speed usually isn't bad. It's the impacts when you come down back onto the racetrack. Those are the ones that hurt. He just gets tagged in the right rear, sends him up like that. And this hit.
Oh, you see the safer barrier move, Joey. Thank goodness there was something to give there, but the wall comes out on a little angle there to allow the safety crews to get out on the track, and that angle is not forgiving. As you can see, parts flying off of Blaine Perkins' cars, tires, exhaust.
And that car disintegrated while it's rolling over.
We're under red flag now as NASCAR addresses all this.
Oh, he got the tire.
Yes, he did. That's a lot of damage.
Look at this.
Thank goodness it hit the front of the car.
Oh, my goodness.
And if you're just joining us, all of these drivers did climb from the race car.
It's crazy seeing it from that view, how high the car is, right? Up on top of all those motorhomes.
We have some family problems.
I'm glad we went to commercial to make sure everybody was okay before we came back and showed the replay, but certainly a nasty hit. Just a big reminder of why we say Talladega can be so intimidating and intense as a driver, because moments like this can happen at any time. Glad everybody's okay.
But everybody in the pack, not only are we thankful that these drivers were able to climb from the race cars, also lucky not more involved. Under the red flag here at Talladega.
That is true. Anyway, on to the next one. Number 4.
Towards this white flag, you want to be the leader as long as possible in order to, in case that caution flag comes out.
It is Reddick at the white flag with 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. McDowell back to the point by a foot. Big push from Truex. Keselowski as well. Here comes Gregson.
Energy's on the bottom. It's deteriorating on the top.
Now does Keselowski. Is he wingman to McDowell, or does he have a chance to win this race? Off turn 4 for the final time.
Comes a run by Brad. There he goes to make his move. He's going to switch back over.
Oh, the block, and around goes the 34. And Reddick steals one.
That was almost exactly how Brad won this race, his first race. Huge wreck here, guys. Reddick.
Oh my God! Great work, guys! Woo!
Tyler Reddick for the win. Everybody else wrecks.
You knew it was coming. McDowell was trying to block. That run was coming.
So number 4 is going to be the recent flip that just happened here. Look, it's still a fantastic flip. I know this is a really hard list, and look, there wasn't anything real big about this one when it came to like sparks and like how it didn't hit the catch fence either. You still not have one of these cars hit the catch fence before, but this is a really good wreck. Like, And it's like really great. Like this is what makes it up so high for me, because like there was like almost another car that flipped along with the other car. It was just great, and the pictures are just great for this crash. Like it's insane. Again, Fox did terrible camera angles, and you can't really see how good the wreck actually looks. But the pictures truly do tell how brutal this one was, and I personally agree. And the Michael Jordan car won the race. That is really cool. But anyways, this wreck was pretty good because like there's like cars getting squeezed up, and it was really awesome. And the Stefan was really Spider-Man. I mean, he was really climbing the walls like Spider-Man. And it was a pretty funny crash. Brad, as we said time and time again, if you push once, and if you try to block once or twice, you're going to end up into the wall. We saw Edwards and Kyle Busch try it the same year. It didn't work very well for them, and that's just what happens here. Brad did the right thing. What a heartbreaker for Brad, though. Like, he was really close to the victory. Like, look at that. Like, he had everything going for him. When Reddick had the run just in time, and his plan backfired. And man, just look at them squeezing the wall. The 4 was very close to flipping as well. Like, it wasn't exactly near flip, but it was inches from one. And there's Michael Jordan right there, and cheering on his guy. Overall, it was a great crash, and my friends and I watched it live, and it was so fun to hear the reactions. It was a very fun time, and this happened yesterday, by the way. So yeah, it was a great race, and let's go on with the video. Let's go on to number 3.
One lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Next flag will end the race. The caution or the checker.
AJ's got to manage his gap here. He's doing a good job of it. Yeah, he's got to get to the top. The top's going to have the biggest energy here. 21's going to come with a huge shove.
They are 2 and 3 wide behind him. Crossover. That's Austin Hill in the 21. Big crash. Up and over. Caution is out. That's Myatt Snyder.
Looks like he's moving around, winning it down. That's a good sign. I believe Austin Hill's got this.
And the leader, Austin Hill. But keep this in mind. We freeze the field when the caution comes out on the final lap. So NASCAR will have to review to determine who was leading when the caution came out. And we'll do everything we can, all the video we have available, to make sure who was leading. Was it the 21 or 16?
So number 3 is going to be Myatt Snyder's 2022 Xfinity flip at the Beef Whisperer 500. And remember back on the 23 entry, this right here, it's a flip. Now this is what I was talking about. Look how much better it was than 2023's flip. I'm still thankful we even got a 2023 flip at this same track twice. But unfortunately we didn't get one for 2024, but that's okay. We almost got one for 2024's Talladega anyways. But oh my gosh, look at that view. Look how high he went. And this one actually killed the catch fence right here. Look at the flames. Look at the fire. Look how high he got. And look at all the little sparks coming in. It's a big crash. And a decent amount of cars were in it. And Austin Hill got the win. And luckily he got crashed at Talladega because he already got enough wins for himself. Thank gosh for that one. But anyways, just take a look at this. This is fantastic. Now this really deserves the number 3 spot. Number 2 might not, it might be a little stronger just on presentation. You know how it happened. But what really saved the number 2 spot was a really hard hit. But this one's just strong on its own. It's just look at this thing. It's completely destroyed, and it's just, oh my gosh, just a great crash. So let's move on to number 2. This is a pretty tight one, but this is number 2 spot.
White flag under green. Next flag will end the race, and Newman is there.
Newman's got locked onto his rear bumper just like he did. Oh, wrecking behind Chase Elliott around.
Spinning around.
Still green. Still green.
Still green, and here they come.
And here comes Blaney.
Ryan Blaney up behind Ryan Newman, trying to get him to Hamlin.
Newman backed up to Blaney. Big run coming here.
To the inside, Newman to the front.
Nothing Denny Hamlin could do. What can Ryan Blaney now do? Here comes a push from Denny Hamlin. Oh, this thing's not over yet. Not at all.
Ryan Newman off turn 4 for the final time. Blaney to the outside, to the inside. Here comes Hamlin up the outside.
Wow.
Crash into the wall, into the air. Goes Newman.
Upside down.
In a shower of sparks on his roof. Ryan Newman comes across the line, 4th. And comes to rest. Scoring unofficial between Hamlin and Blaney as far as who crossed the finish line first.
Number 2, 2020's Ryan Newman's huge flip at Daytona. Now this one, number 2, is all because of the impact that was after he was upside down. That was something. Sure, he didn't hit the catch fence, but oh my gosh, was it good. He got hit hard, he got up in the air, really high. It almost hit the catch fence, by the way. And the damage. What can I say about the damage on this one? This was a month before the coronavirus, and it gave us one of the greatest shows in recent memory. And just look at this thing. Oh my gosh. Look how high he gets. This is in the stands, by the way. Wow, it's getting across the line. And it also is on fire too, so that gives it points. This is the most remembered. I watched this one live at my condo at the Hillhead. And again, this is amazing. Just look at this. Look at that. Now can you see why he's number 2? I mean, come on, it's such a strong crash. I mean, what more do you want from this thing? Well, the number 1 spot will prove you wrong, and I think we know what that wreck is. So let's stop moaning and screaming and moaning, and let's get to number 1. Drum roll, please.
Do not get a big run and get ahead of them too far.
3 Fords have separated themselves. A big push coming now for Harvick.
Oh,
and around goes a couple cars. Preece upside down. He's barrel rolling through the grass. Ryan Preece upside down in the infield.
Number 1 is obviously Ryan Preece's Daytona crash in 2023. What more can you possibly want from a flip? I mean, you got everything you want. It got up in the air. It did 22 flips in the air. 21 or 20 flips in the air. I can't remember. Like, that was amazing though. Like, come on, that was fantastic. And just it just never stopped. It just keep on going. And just take a look at this thing. It's a pancake. Sure, it doesn't look like too much because it's the 7th-gen car after all. But hey, the tires hold, props to NASCAR again, the tires hold on very, very well. And the driver's helmet thing came apart. The hatch for the drivers came apart, and that was scary. Like, this is even scarier than any of the other ones on this list. And it really shows that they improved the safety just in time for this car. Because at Dover, they improved the back end. Then when it came after, after Blaney had that hard hit at Nashville, they improved the front, and they all led up to this one crash, and it makes me so thankful that he's okay. That was a crash that will hold on in NASCAR history. It wasn't one of the best crashes of the decade. It was one of the best crashes ever in NASCAR. And this is the 75th anniversary, 75th season. Wow, that was just insane. But anyways, I think this is better than all the 2010s NASCAR flips, if we're being honest. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. But it's true. This is actually much stronger than number one's crash of 2010s. And maybe 2000s as well. It's just so good. And this is going to complete the list. So, bye, and I'll see you next time. This was a fun list to do. I'll probably do 2010s, and I'll see you when we get there. So, bye.